So this is the superstar that I did. And I decided I don't like this center. And then I also decided I didn't like some of these colors. So this is the wallpaper that she gave me as a sample. And so then these are the colors that I ended up kind of settling on. Hi, I'm back. So this is how I ended up with all those blue and green Ogos, because this one was, you know, not part of the ones that came like this. And this was a color all on its own. So I had to buy all of those blue and green ones so I could get a bunch of this sage color. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to start with this. And I'm not going to do it badly like I did the other one and make that big wonking thing in the middle. And I think I'm also going to do the ridge on this one. I'm just going to probably do about the first 8 setup rounds for this one tonight and then be done. What do you think of that? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put a single crochet round in here. I'm going to add that. I'm going to add a single crochet round right here. So because I'm doing that, I'm not going to start with my N. I'm going to start, what's this? L. I'm going to start a little bit small. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to do the first 2 rounds with this color. Okay, so this is the Superstar. And it starts with the chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slip stitch to form a ring. And I do not recommend magic loop for the beginning of a blanket. 2, 3, that's for amigurumi. And then 13, double crochet into the center. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, and then you slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 to join the round. I got a squeaky chair. Round 2, chain 3, double crochet into the same stitch, two double crochet in each stitch around, 1, 2, should end up with 26, counting the chain. I didn't count my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14. Yep, okay. I didn't count them. I should have counted. Thanks, Pat. Dinner was very good, actually. Pot roast turned out really good. Okay, join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. Now, if you don't like these little holes, you can chain 2 and double crochet instead and not count the chain. That's an option. Okay, so that was set up round 1 and set up round 2. And I did it with a smaller hook because I'm going to add a row. I'm going to add a row that's not in the pattern. I'm going to use our lovely sage green. And I'm just going to do a round of single crochet next. It's not in the pattern. I just want the color change. And because there's no increasing at all, I used a little bit smaller hook than I normally would have. And now I'm going up to this big honkin' hook that I'm going to probably use for the whole project. The Superstar, for whatever reason, you need a much larger hook than what the yarn label calls for usually. This one I believe calls for a 6mm hook, and I'm using an 8. So I would start 1/2 millimeter or even a full millimeter larger than what the yarn label gives, and then have 2 hooks on hand, a half and a full millimeter larger than that, available to change. If you experience any curling, then you should change to a larger hook. Jeez, come on. I didn't slip stitch. I'm doing an invisible join. This is why they call it an invisible join. Because look at that. It looks like continuous. But I kind of don't like it because it's not very sturdy. It doesn't feel sturdy enough to me. That's why usually I do a slip stitch first, and then I wrap it around. I just forgot to slip stitch. I need to have my examples sitting out. Okay, so I guess I'm going to do two rows and then switch. I'm questioning my striping plan at the moment. I guess I should pull up the pattern, right? There it is. Okay, technically this is setup round 3 because I added an extra row. Let's just call it setup round 2.5. Okay, and now I'm changing colors. So it says chain 3, double crochet. Okay, so that's chain 3 as if you're chaining up. So I'm going to do a standing double crochet. And then where's my... So let me just do that again, because you can't, usually I put a slip knot on the hook. Why'd I close it? There we go. I have a bunch of windows here covering up what I want to see. Okay, usually I put a slip knot on the hook, but you don't actually have to. You can just start with nothing, standing double crochet. Hi, Hessa. Pull through 2 and pull through 1. Okay. So what does it say to do? Set up and then double crochet. Chain 3. Hold on, let me mark this. Two double crochet. And then sometimes what happens here is because the last row was 2 double crochet in the same stitch, people think it's 2 double crochet in the same stitch again, but it's not. It's just 2 double crochet. That means 1 double crochet and then another double crochet. Chain 1, 2 double crochet. Chain 3, two double crochet. Chain 1, 2 double crochet. Chain 3, two double crochet. You just repeat that around. The chain 1 spaces will become the dip, and the chain 3 spaces will become the points. Hi, I'm doing the 6-day Superstar blanket. Thank you. Yes, it is. It's the 6-day Superstar. The 6-day Star, the 6-day Superstar, and the 6-day Supernova all start with the same 8 setup rounds. I'm using 5-weight yarn with some discontinued Caron Ogos that I deconstructed. Separated all the colors out and pulled out, divided them into, I had a whole bunch of them. So I divided them up into 3 different blankets. And I'm doing a star, a superstar, and a supernova. These are ridiculously dull. I was going to do 2 rounds, but I decided that was enough of that pink. Currently crocheting wristlet keychains as Christmas gifts for coworkers. Nice. Okay, I'm fastening off and I'm just wrapping it around the next stitch. And then I bring it back into the stitch it came from. And then I go around like 2 more stitches. And then I'm going to work over that. And then when I'm all done, I'm going to weave it in. Okay. So now you want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should have 7 big holes and 7 little holes. And the big holes are going to become the points, and the chain 1 spaces are going to be where it dips down. I'm going to do this next for the next 2 rows. And this is set up round 1, 2, 2.5. I added that 3. So this is set up round 4. Okay, I always like rotate the work, and when I start a new color, I start it in a different area. So we're going to start in one of these big chain 3 spaces, and we're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. So every chain 3 space is going to have 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and every chain 1 space is going to have double crochet 3 together cluster. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3, 3, 3 in each of the big holes, DC 3 together in the small holes. Let's see what's going on over here. Okay. Just checking on my other channels. If you don't like the portrait view, you can go over to YouTube or Facebook, or I'm streaming in my group. I have a Facebook group just for 6-day blankets, 6-day crochet patterns, I should say, because it's not just blankets anymore. Now we have garments and shawls and scarves, pocket shawls, hats, shrugs, hoodie scarves, infinity scarf with a hood. whole 6-day blanket family, 6-day crochet. Well, this is starting to curl up a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to go up another hook size. I'm going to try and make this work. We'll see. Do I even have a bigger one? This is an N. And this is a P, but it's just so much bigger. I feel like that's going to be too big. What's this? It's also N. Well, they're the same, but this is the newer Odyssey. This one's bigger. So maybe I will, if I curl, I'll go up to that one. They changed them a lot. I'm going to hate myself for this, but I really think I want to change colors again. I don't think I want to do another round of this white, although I just love this like creamy pinky white. What do y'all think? I could pull in this next. Doing it. Not waiting for y'all to agree with me. I know you will, because it looks good. It looks good. What are they saying? What are they saying? Go for it. Amy Bryson says use as little of the white as possible. I don't know. I really like it. And I'm not, as you all know, because I think I've said it about 20 times in the last couple days, I am not a fan of adding white to everything, you know. I like it as an accent, but not in wide chunks. Yeah. Although I like it in what I did in the other part of the blanket. I'll pull it up and show you what I'm looking at. I'm gonna switch, but I'm gonna put this with the blue one because that's the one I'm using the blue one with. Like, I think that looks really pretty. I think these stripes look really nice. This is kind of what I wanted to do, but if I do the ridge, I need to change colors between these two. So I think I'm just going to change. Feels like I need to change. I'm going to change. I'm going to hate myself for it, though. If I get stuck in another stripe I don't like and I have to rip it all out, I'm gonna be crying. She's crying about crochet, crying. She's frogging away. Okay, so on this round you do 3 3 3 in each peak, and then you do a double crochet 3 together cluster in each of these on each side of the cluster in the row below. So start here on next to the cluster with a cluster stitch, double crochet 3 together cluster. 1. Ooh, this hook feels really different. I don't know if I can do it. And then 3 3 3. This hook is sticky. Oh wow, I've got a lot of knots right there. What the heck was I doing? Oh, that one is not, okay. I tied some knots just to, you know, put a little, you know, more, wind up more yarn into one ball. This is an N hook also, which is the same as the hook I was using from Furls, but they both say N, but this one's clearly bigger. And I think they, you know, they had some quality control issues where their sizes just were not like consistent. So this is definitely not 10 millimeters because of the head, it won't fit in. So I think this is a 9 millimeter. I think this should really say M. And I think this one, it's an N. I think it's an 8. So I think this is 8 and this is 9, but they both say N. So I don't know. 9 millimeter. Going with that. On the Superstar, you'll need a little bit bigger hook than the Supernova. And it's just because of the granny rounds, they have more, you have to skip over more stitches and it pulls the work in. These, because I went with 7 points instead of 8, these blankets, these stars are not quite circular. So that's why you need a larger hook for them so that you have enough yarn going all the way around so that it can lay flat. It's just not quite circular. Feels kind of weird to be using this gigantic hook, but it is what it is. Really hoping that Furls can come up with a new company to make the Odyssey. Well, it's disappointing. I really do love the Odyssey hooks. So anyone has any that I want, hit me up. I'll buy them from you. Especially the older ones. Because I'm not as crazy about this new, more streamlined version. Goodness, this is pretty. I'm not going to want to give this away. I'm already feeling like I don't want to give it away. Something about this purple. It's a 9mm Odyssey, Furls Odyssey hook. And it's Caron Ogo Colorama is the yarn. It's discontinued. You can check, I've got a video on my page about all the yarn and what I'm doing with it and how I kind of pulled a bunch of cakes apart, deconstructed a bunch of these Caron Ogo Coloramas that I had stashed. Right now, some of us crocheters and yarn lovers are following this stash bust September trend. And so I had this stash of Ogos, and I'm doing 6-day star blankets with them. It's a whole thing. Goodness, this purple is pretty. Still curling a little. I don't really want to go up anymore, though. This feels ginormous. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got this. And I've got this. I want this next. Okay, so what row am I on? Setup row. 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5. I'm on setup round 6. Okay, so it's a single crochet round, and it's single crochet in each stitch around. And do another single crochet in there because I don't like that. And then 3 in the peak. So I'll tell you a little secret about the star blankets. If you are changing colors on every round, it doesn't matter where you start and end. As long as you put the right stitches in the right places. Whoops. Goodness gracious, this is pretty. These are not my colors, but I'm like, I want one for myself. I want this for myself right now. Yeah, I move my starting point every time. Or otherwise you end up with all these ends lined up. Look at all the ends already I've got. I don't even want to think about it. I know this is why people tie magic knots, but it's not worth it, people. It's not worth it. I'll just sit in front of a movie one night and do all the ends. If I feel like it. So what do y'all think? Do you think that I should keep these yarns in the same sequence, or should I switch it up as I feel like it? If I keep them in the same sequence and I change colors on every row, I have 7 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I have 7 colors. So the cool thing about doing 6 rows and 7 colors is, you know, the next time I get around to this color, it won't be a single crochet round. It'll be the double crochet round. And this purple will be the single crochet. And this white will be there. And this pink will be here. The other thing I could do is just kind of do it randomly, and that way I could control which colors landed in on the single crochet rows. Hi, Brenda Lindsay Peters. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, so that was set up round what? 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're new here, well, welcome. I know, right? Isn't that pretty? Okay, now I'm on the double crochet round, skip 2, so I'm going to start here. This is set up round, what did I say, 7? Set up round 7, I think. Yes, set up round 7. So it's 4 double crochet going up and then 5 in the peak. 1, 2, 3, oops, that's 4, sorry. 5, and then 4 going down. 1, 2, hi Hessa, 3, 4, and then you skip 2, and then you go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 in the peak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, my leg is really cramping up. 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 2, 1, 2. For some reason, your colors remind me of the time of year when spring is popping out, but winter is still trying to hold on. Like the flowers are emerging through the snow. Aw. Five in the peak and 4 on each side, and skipping 2 in the valley. Skip 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll take a little break. This looks really yellow on screen, but it's not. It's like a really creamy, warm cream. Four going down. Whoops. Skip 2. I made kind of a mess right there. I'm going to finish up after this round. I'm kind of fading away here. I did a lot tonight. But this one's going to be the Superstar, 6-day Superstar. Oh, there goes my overhead. That is my sign to be done. Just going to finish the row. Thank you, Riley. I'm just finishing up this round and then I'm going to be done. I took a break for dinner and then I started this. I just wanted to get it started. Yeah, I'm short a stitch too, so I'm going to put 6 in this one. I just suddenly couldn't think anymore. I'm done. I'm cooked. Just like my dinner. I am cooked. All right. There we go. These are the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 setup rounds of the 6-day Superstar. And then I'll put one of these little red ones on here to show how far I did on day 1. All right, there you go, guys. I've got a star and a Superstar going. Oh, you're welcome, Facebook user. Doesn't that look better than this? Some things are worth ripping out. Okay, I gotta remember that this great big one is for that one. And this goes in there. I feel so organized. All right, everyone. I'll try and come on tomorrow. I have stuff happening during the day in the afternoon, but I'll try and come on tomorrow night if I'm feeling good and I'm not too tired.